Hey y'all, welcome back. I am in the tunnel. Welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. And today I'm doing a lot of things. I don't have just one particular thing, but I thought I'd turn the camera on and take you with me. One of the things I'm going to do is start planting a bed. So we are in the process now of transition. So it is about to be the first week of April. And we are in transition mode. That means we are getting rid of the plants that are fall and winter that have bolted, and we are amending those beds and getting them ready for the summer crops. Now, anything that is doing well and it's not time yet and it hasn't bolted, then we're going to leave and let it be for another 30 days or so. But my collard greens have decided they don't want to play anymore. They have left the party. So we have started removing those. And as we're removing those things, then we're also taking the opportunity to figure out what's going to go where. So one of the beds that we're going to start with today is the bed that we had bok choy and spinach in. I have taken up all of the spinach. It fought a good fight from September until now, so I cannot complain. But it was starting to look just really, not good. And then all of the bok choy we harvested either for our use, or we also had a big order last week where we had a client that ordered some more. There was one lone bok choy left. I just harvested that one. I'm going to take that one in the house for us in the refrigerator, but the bok choy is gone. I have one that I succession planted. I'm going to leave that in the bed and see if it go ahead and does its thing in the next 30 days. But other than that, the bed is pretty much bare. So if you're brand new to me, I am in zone 7 in Tennessee. There's about 3.5 weeks left to my estimated last frost date. And because I'm in a tunnel, I have the opportunity that when that frost date comes, more than likely, if I wanted to, I could plant in here because it's going to be protected culture. Now, obviously, I will look at the forecast and see if there's any frost in the next 10 days once that date hits. But for the most part, I should be safe planting it here. Now, I'm not planting summer crops yet. The things that you're going to see me plant today are things that, yes, we started as part of our seed starting, but it's things that have been in the tunnel already for the last, 3 to 4 weeks, and they can take cool temperatures if it does get cool. So let me turn the camera around and let me first show you the bed that I've gotten ready, and let's talk through what we're going to put in there. Okay, so this bed is pretty much clear. I have one bok choy that I did a succession planting, and I have one spinach. I'm going to let them stay in here for the next 30 days and see if they'll grow. But I've already started amending the bed. So what you see in here is cottonseed meal, which is good. It's a slow release fertilizer for nitrogen. It's a 611. And then I also put another fertilizer in here from Redmond's. The people that make Redmond salt, they also have some soil amendments, and so I use some of that. So I'm going to do a video on my soil test results, but one of the things that it showed in terms of my soil test for a lot of my soil is that it's low in nitrogen. So that's the reason why I specifically put cottonseed meal in here, is because cottonseed meal is a good source of nitrogen and it's slow release. So I'm going to just rake this in. And then I'm going to add some compost. So what I want to mention is that I always amend my beds and do fresh layer of compost in the spring and in the fall. So as you saw me in the fall, maybe doing different successions, like I may have done collard greens in September, then more collard greens in January. You didn't see me add more compost, right? Because it was already amended before I started in the fall. But now that I'm about to do the next round of summer, or the first round of summer crops or things that's not part of that season, I'm going to amend every bed that I do that's new, as well as out here. So just a word to the wise, make sure that you're doing that so that your soil has nutrients and stays fresh. So I'm just adding and raking this fertilizer in, and then I'm going to get a bag of compost and add it in. Okay, so you saw me add the compost. So now that the bed is ready to plant, what I'm going to plant in this bed is dill and celery. So both of these have been sitting in my tunnel as seeds for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they've been just fine. I've uppotted them once, and now we're going to put them in the ground. So I'm excited because I think I have at least 10 celery. I have never ever grown celery myself successfully. I'm so excited because I have 10 and they look pretty good. Let me grab one. Look at that. Y'all, I just want to encourage you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. I have tried celery. This is probably my 4th time trying celery. I could never get my seeds to germinate, much less grow. I did have 1 or 2 celery last year in my garden, but I bought those as transplants from a nursery. So this is the first time that I have grown celery successfully from seed, and it looks great. Like, it made it through the little itty bitty tiny stages. You guys were with me when we started this as a seed. I want to say I started it at either 10 or 12 weeks before the last frost date. And look at it now. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the ground, as well as some dill. Okay, so the next thing that's going to go in this bed is dill. I've never been successful at dill either. So y'all, this is like my miracle bed. Look at my dill. Look at that. First time I've done it from seed successfully. I've gotten to like maybe right here and then it damps off or dies or something. I got some dill, so we're about to put it in the ground. Okay guys, you can see this bed is done. I did a couple of rows and then I put some more dill in my carrot bed, which is behind me. And then I have about 4 left over. Okay, so moving on to the next task. The next task is to plant more lettuce in this bed of seedlings that we started that is ready to be transplanted. So you can see we added a layer of compost to this bed. I did not add any fertilizer. I will do that probably at the end, just when I do liquid fertilizer, just because this bed was already kind of going, but we added a layer of compost to top it off. And now I'm going to take my lettuce that I started as seedlings that's ready to be transplanted and add another row of lettuce. This is going to be our lettuce bed for the spring / summer. You know that we had another lettuce bed over here right across. We're transitioning that bed and making this our lettuce bed, and we'll put a different crop behind it. So now let me get the lettuce and we'll go ahead and plant that. Okay, next y'all, so we got the lettuce planted, and so next we're going to plant another blueberry bush. This one is much bigger than the one I had planted before, and these are from Costco. It's the Legacy, and it came 2 in a pack, so you can see much bigger than the one that we bought before from Tractor Supply. So again, I've never done blueberries before. This is only my first time doing it. I realize I probably won't have blueberries this year, that it takes a couple of years to get established, but I'm using a much bigger pot than I used for the other one because I have it and I heard that it could help with the growth. So my husband has filled up this pot of soil for me. I'm going to show you in just a little bit, and we're going to get this planted. But first we're going to add our acid, our soil acidifier, because from the last time, you know, I read that the soil has to be, it's acid loving plant, so you have to acidify the soil. So let me see if I can show you. This is our pot, and we're going to add some soil acidifier in here and mix it in. I didn't measure. I probably should have, but I didn't. We're going to mix it in. And hopefully this will change the pH of the soil so that the blueberries can thrive. So this is all about trying something new. I do not know what I'm doing, but that's okay. That's how you learn. So let me just see what it says in terms of how much to add. Apply for 100 square feet. It says you want a gradual reduction in soil pH because dramatic reduction can result in stress. So it said add 1 tablespoon for each 4 inches of pot diameter. If I had to guess this diameter, it's probably 2 feet or 24 inches. So that would be like 6 tablespoons. I might have did more than that, but that's okay. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I am assuming we do it the exact same way that we did before. We're just gonna dig a hole. And get it at least 2 inches below the root line. And we're gonna water it in. Now what I really wanna do is put both of these plants in this pot. But it said it needs 3 feet apart. And I know that's not gonna be 3 feet apart. But I really want to because I don't wanna have to buy a whole, this is a whole bag of potting soil mix just for this pot. And then I have the other one over there right beside it. So I guess I won't put both of them in here. Y'all tell me if you think I can put the other one in here. Or am I going to have to go buy a whole nother bag of soil? I do have another pot like this. So I could. I just don't want to. Let me know what you think, all you blueberry experts. So we got another blueberry plant planted. And we'll go from there. So if you saw my video, at this point, it might be last week where I planted comfrey. So that was new. So we got a lot of new things that we're trying this season. So if you are a comfrey or blueberry expert, let me know. Now let's go back over to the seed starting table. And we're about to up pot some lettuce that needs to go into a bigger pot. While I'm in here, hubby is also in here. And he is just doing a little cleanup. It's so easy to get the greenhouse dirty. Now, again, of course, it's a greenhouse, so it's not going to be like sparkling clean, but we're trying our best to just keep it orderly and organized. So I know in some of my shots, if you see like it just looks dirty, y'all, we're trying to do the best that we can. But he's in here, and you can tell once it gets swept up, it looks so much better. Now he has piles everywhere that he'll consolidate and get all out of here, but it'll look so much better once it is just swept. So we're trying our best to maintain and keep that up. And then I got a lot of weeds around the perimeter. There's an organic weed killer that I saw on somebody else's channel that I may try, especially since it's so far away from the food. You know, it's not going to be on the food, but just all of those weeds right there and see if it'll work. As we're passing through on our way back to the seed starting tunnel, look at my snapdragons starting to bloom. They're not fully bloomed, but they are close. They are going to be so pretty. And so they're coming. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, so now the last thing, oh, got caught in my jacket. The last thing we're gonna do is fill up these empty ones. So the empty ones represent the lettuce that I put out. I did not have enough space for all of this, which is fine. I can put some of it in my GREENSTALK, and I'm just gonna let it get a little bit bigger. But I have more lettuce here that needs to be up potted. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? So I'm gonna up pot in these empty spaces and give it more space to grow. And like I said, we'll just have lettuce on a continual basis. So I'm gonna up pot that into here, and then that'll be our last task this evening. Okay, y'all, just like that, my tray is full again. This is all lettuce, and then I have some wheatgrass in here. It'll stay in the tunnel where it's been because it can take the cool temperatures. But I feel accomplished. We got 2 beds planted, one with our celery and dill, and we amended that whole bed brand new. And then we added some lettuce to an already existing bed and added a layer of compost. We got our blueberry tree planted, and we got some lettuce up potted. So I would say it's a good day. Here's the message that I want you to take from this video, is that just like at the beginning when I told you that I had never up until this point successfully done celery or dill from seed, but now I have some to plant, I want to encourage you to keep going. I don't care if you've already tried it twice, try it again. So let me know what you are trying again that you have failed miserably at, but you're going to try one more time this season. And then also let me know what you are trying new. So every year I try new stuff to push my skills, to see what happens, and to just continue to grow and to learn. Don't be a gardener that plants the same old thing, the same exact variety every single time. Yes, plant the things that you know do well, plant the varieties that you like, but every season you should be trying to plant something new, a new variety, a new type of plant, because what's the worst that can possibly happen? It doesn't grow. And all you did was invest in a seed or a transplant, right? Now, I'm not saying you wouldn't uproot your whole garden and plant all new things. That would not be wise. But find you a container, find you a little spot in your raised bed to plant something new this season. You never know until you try. So I just want to encourage you. I want to inspire you to grow food. It doesn't matter how much space you have. It doesn't matter how many times that you feel like you fail. It doesn't matter how many pests you've had. You can grow food. I want you to hear me. You can grow food. And remember, gardening is a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.